How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Crosscreek Lights. Here's the behind the scenes tour of the Halloween of 2022. This is our third year doing Halloween. Last year we had a minimal setup, but this year we added quite a lot more, so I want to go ahead and give you a tour of that. So we're going to go and start off in the front yard here. We actually haven't done a video on behind the scenes of this, so this is new for us. Well, for Halloween. We did one for Christmas, but here are our 4 RIPs. These are from Boscoyo. They are black Coro here. Let me get out of the light here. They're black Coro. They're 100 pixels. They're very cool in the nighttime. Out here we have some Boscoyo spiders. We have 3 of those. And so we have 4 rips, 3 spiders. How we're mounting the spiders is we're using just rebar, no PVC or anything. But for the rips, we're using PVC, so we can just take these off real quickly. Yeah. So that is that. Let me go ahead. We'll walk over to our new singing pumpkins. These were added this year. Let me walk over here. So we have the female, I believe this is a pumpkin 2. It has the bow at the top. This one is the singing pumpkin 1. So we have 2 people singing here, which is pretty nice. During Christmas we have 4, but Christmas is quite bigger of a show than Halloween. Back here we have our holiday Coro controller here. And all the wires are not staked down currently, but that's just because it's Halloween. We stake these down for Christmas time. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and open up this real quick. Let me get this open here. So we have multiple differential receivers going out of this, but one thing we're doing this year is we're running DMX outputs, and I'll show you what those are for in just a minute here. But that is that controller box. And this is kind of our main one. It's running our singing pumpkins, some of our arches, stuff like that. Alrighty, so now we have our arches, which we same from last year. They're 3-ring arches from Holiday Coro. We got our Holiday Coro floodlights here, 4 of them underneath. Let's go ahead. I'll finish off this kind of pathway here. We have 2 more floods, 2 more arches. This is a Holiday Coro receiver box. This is a smart receiver. We're running 4 outputs on that. You can see in there. So that's a smart range one. We'll just have that mounted there. So let's go ahead and go over here. Now, we have our window outlines here, and these are about 100 pixels each. Very cool. One thing we added this year are these floodlights. They are 12-volt off-road lights, and we're controlling them via DMX. So let me go ahead and go up here real quick. So these are them. They're just 12-volt off-road lights, and they're quite cool. So we have them running to a DMX controller, and we are able to flash them on and off, fade them on and off, stuff like that. But they're only white. But they give some really cool effects. So I'll show you guys the controller in just 1 second. These are our column matrices. We have 2 of these. They're 1,000 pixels each. 10 rows of 100 pixels. They are very cool. We're doing some power injection on these, so we're running them off of 2 ports, off of a Culp differential receiver, and then we're running some power injection. So we're power injecting, I believe, at 200, 400, 600, and 800, and then the last 1,000 at the last row, just to give some power. So those are both of those. These are from Boscoyo as well. These might not be from Boscoyo. I believe these are from Gilbert Engineering. I will confirm in the comments below, but they're very cool. Again, they're 10 wide by 100 down. So, and that's kind of what that looks like at the bottom here. So let's go ahead and go up on the front porch. This is where the controllers sit. This one is for our blinders. Let me go ahead and, there you go, now you guys can see. So in here, we're running a power supply, and then also a DMX controller that's controlled via Ethernet. So this just plugs in and gives a DMX signal. And then we have some outputs on that. I want to do a video on this because this is really cool. A lot of people like this. And overall, I think it costs under $100 for everything, which is not too bad. And we have 6 of those blinder lights running. Over here, we have a smart power outlet. We have a smart power outlet over here that runs all the power to the show. We actually do have some power running inside the garage, but that's our main power for all the controllers out in the yard. This is a new controller this year. This is a differential box we have running here and power injection. This runs our columns, so we're running 4 ports of our columns, 2 per port, or 2 ports per column. And then we're running power injection as well, and 2 350 watt power supplies in that box. So that is our new box this year. Over here on the other side of that box, we have another Holiday Coro differential box. This one has 2 differential receivers. If you watched our Christmas video, you've seen this before, but we're only running one of the boards this year for Halloween. And you can go ahead and see up here one of those 12 volt off-road lights. They're pretty cool, very bright, so we're kind of pointing them down not to flash our neighbors. Over here is our matrix. This is a 2x2 panel matrix. It's P5, and we just display our tune-to information, some videos, but it's quite cool. We also have these speakers below here for when you're coming up, just walking down the road, you can hear our show. We also do have an FM transmitter, and I'll show you that in just a few minutes. But yeah, that is that. We have a garage outline over here. Got 2 more of these off-road lights here. So one right there, and then one over here. And that is how all that works for the blinders. So let's go ahead and go over here. You can kind of see it already, but we were lucky enough to get a 12-foot skeleton. So we do have one of those this year. We have a 20 watt flood from Wally's lights flashing on it. It works wonderful, and that is really cool. And it is really massive, and we really enjoy it. So yeah. Over here, we have a 4x8 foot matrix. It's 1152 nodes, and it is amazing. This has been our 2nd year running it, and we love it. Here, so behind here is the controller for that. It is a Culp 16 K16, I believe, and that is that in there. Very cool controller. We're not maxing it out for Christmas, or not for Halloween, sorry. We're not maxing it out for Halloween, but for Christmas we do max it out, so there's 2 power supplies in there. And we really enjoy that. So that is that. And then our fancy, we have another smart outlet over here, and that controls power for the skeleton eyes and for the controller. So that's what that, it's wrapped in a fancy bag to keep water out. It's just a plastic bag, it's not fancy. Alrighty, so in our garage here, here's where we keep all of our kind of networking stuff for the most part for the outside. Here is an amplifier for our 2 speakers. I believe it's like a 200 watt amplifier. This stays on all the time. It just picks up our FM transmitter signal, and we broadcast on 97.1. Over here is a new controller this year. This is running our permanent lights and some of our garage lights here. It's a Culp K8, I believe, AB, and we really enjoy it. It's also running a differential receiver. That is the one that is on the porch there, and we really enjoy that. So that is a new controller this year that'll be used for both Christmas and Halloween. Down here is some of our networking. It's a mess, but they're both Unify switches. Some of these are for cameras, and most of them are for all of our controllers. Now I did mention something about permanent lights. We did mount some permanent lights this year, and we used Permatrack, and we have one going all the way under there on the house. Not this, but this right here, you can see. So we ran one there, and then we did this whole peak, so you can kind of see it. It blends in very well during the day, so we enjoy that very much. Then over here, we did it around here, and it continues all the way around. You can see our matrix columns there. You can see it continues all around there. We 3D printed some corners, and then it goes all the way around there. And then we do have this peak running, but we have a dead pixel in that, so it's currently disabled, and we'll get it working for Christmas. So let's go ahead and go inside, and we'll show you the networking setup downstairs where the FM transmitter is. Alrighty, so this is our network setup. It's very overkill for what we do, but we do run some other servers for gaming and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and show you just the kind of light show part of it. So this is our show computer. It is running Xscheduler. Let's try to focus on that. It's running Xscheduler at the moment, and we have our full playlist set up there. It's running on one of these Dell Elite Desk desktops. I believe it has a Core i7 in it, 16 gigs of RAM. They're nice small computers. They're around $200, and that's what we use for the show. Up here is our FM transmitter. Let me go and take this down real quick. It's a sine stack. That's the model number, and we just use that, and we keep it up here. And it's in our basement. Like literally right there's the front porch. Even through the brick wall and stuff, it gets all the way down our road, and sometimes even down the other street. So plenty for what we're doing, that we don't need to have it outside at all. So that has been our tour for our Halloween 2022 lighting setup. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please comment down below. We'll try to do our best at responding, and stay tuned for some Halloween light videos coming out soon of our actual full display lit up at night. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks so much for watching.